We got Privacy Please 23. Happy New Year's, Viva. What's your take on John Carpay's arrest? Shut the front door. John Carpay is the president, or was the president of the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. Shut the front door. Detour, people. A detour for today's content. John Carpay is the president, founder of Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. I did not know. This is from, let me just make sure that we are, January 3rd. Alberta lawyer charged for having Manitoba judge followed during COVID-19 restriction case involving churches. So for those of you who don't know, Carpay was involved in a number of COVID restriction cases of pastors getting charged. I think it was the pastors getting charged for conducting church services during COVID restrictions. In the context of one of those lawsuits, Carpay took responsibility for doing something incredibly stupid. I respect John Carpay. He's doing amazing work on a constitutional level. I respect him as a lawyer. I respect him and like him as a human. It does not mean that I can't say it was an incredibly stupid thing. Even the best of us have done incredibly stupid things when we get caught up in the moment, get blinded by rage, get lulled into thinking anything is justifiable, the ends justify the means, or the right strategy just implemented wrongly. John Carpay admitted to having the judge in one of the cases followed by investigators to see if the judge was breaking any COVID-19 restrictions. And I understand the rationale. It's just not something I ever would have done or recommend that anybody should do. I think it's a tremendous mistake. John Carpay apologized for it, owned up to it. And what more does anyone need to do? I will continue to respect John Carpay and the work that he's doing, while acknowledging this was a terrible mistake that he took responsibility for. I did not know that he got charged. An Alberta lawyer is facing criminal charges for hiring a private investigator to follow a Manitoba judge during a high-profile pandemic restrictions case. Carpay, head of the JCCF, has been charged with intimidation of a justice system participant and obstruction of justice. Interesting. Here, let me give my initial reflex on the charge. Intimidation of a justice system participant. I'd be curious as to how secret surveillance could be intimidation. The FBI agent was doing this without the knowledge of the judge, so I'm curious as to how that could amount to intimidation. Obstruction of justice, I don't know what that relates to, but interesting charge. Hiring a secret private eye to follow someone unbeknownst to them could intimidate them? Okay, interesting. The police issued the warrant. All charges have yet to be proven in court. With the assistance from the Calgary police, a suspect was placed under arrest on the strength of a Canada-wide warrant. Oh, they got the Canada-wide warrant again, with charges authorized by Manitoba Justice. Okay. In June, he admitted to hiring a private investigator to try and catch Justice Glenn Joyal breaking COVID restrictions. Okay. JCCF said in a statement they were aware of the warrant on December 30, and Carpay immediately turned himself into police. This charge is unexpected and without explanation, read the statement. The Justice Center is deeply disappointed by the decision of Winnipeg police to lay a criminal charge for events that took place more than 18 months ago and that are already being dealt with appropriately. That's interesting also. Speedy trial. One of the constitutional defenses that also is not only for people that you like. 18 months to press charges for intimidation and obstruction. All right, we'll see. I wouldn't bet on a conviction in that case, but as we have seen time and time again, the punishment is the process. The process is the punishment. They get the headline, as they did with Randy Hillier, as they did with other defendants. Get the headline for an arrest, for charges, run the headline, defame, besmirch, degrade the individual in real time, and then a year and a half later, drop the charges like they never existed, and no harm, no foul, except for the entire process of discrediting everything a human has ever done based on charges that are going to make headlines for the next month. It's actually unbelievable. I didn't know that, but thank you very much for the Rumble rant, and thank you very much for the information.